refused to pay for my daughter's wedding after she banned my husband and son. I'm 39. My daughter just turned 21, and 2 days ago, she told me the man I've loved for 14 years isn't welcome at her wedding. Let me back up. My ex-wife and I were kids when we had our daughter, 18 years old, scared, but determined to make it work. We got married. We tried. But 6 years in, I couldn't keep lying to myself or to her. I came out. I told her the truth about who I was, and somehow, miraculously, she understood. Our divorce was as kind as a divorce can be. We split custody. We stayed friends. Our daughter never felt caught in the middle. She was always a daddy's girl. Even after I started dating my partner, now my husband, she never pulled away. She loved him. She'd spend weekends at our place, help him in the garden, laugh at his terrible jokes. When we adopted our son 2 years ago, she was over the moon. She held him at the hospital. She called herself his big sister. So when she got engaged last year, I didn't hesitate. I told her I'd pay for the wedding. It's what I'd always promised. It's what a father does. The planning started in January. Venues, flowers, catering. She had opinions on everything, and I funded all of it. My husband even offered to help with some of the costs. He wanted her day to be perfect. Then 2 days ago, she came over. She sat down at the kitchen table, fiddling with her engagement ring, and said she needed to talk about a few things regarding the wedding. I poured us both coffee. I thought she was going to ask about the guest list or the seating chart. Instead, she said, so, my fiance's parents are really religious, like really traditional, and they're paying for some stuff too, so we need to make sure everyone's comfortable. I nodded. Okay, what do you need? She took a breath. Your husband can't come. I stared at her. What? It's just, his parents they don't approve of your lifestyle, and we don't want any tension on the day. It's easier if he just doesn't attend. I set my coffee down. My hand was shaking. My lifestyle. Dad, come on. You know what I mean. No, I said. I really don't. She sighed like I was being difficult. It's one day. He'll understand. It's not personal. It's completely personal. Dad, is that it? I asked. Or is there more? She hesitated. Then she said, your son can't come either. I laughed. I actually laughed because I thought she had to be joking. He's 2 years old. I know, but is it a child-free wedding? No, she said quickly. My fiance's nieces and nephews are going to be there. It's complicated. His parents would ask questions about who he is, about you, and I don't want to have to explain. The room went very quiet. You don't want to explain, I repeated. Dad, please. I'm trying to keep the peace. This wedding is expensive, and his parents are helping. And if they get upset, then they can pay for the whole thing. She blinked. What? If their comfort is more important than my family, then they should foot the bill. Her face went red. Are you serious right now? Completely. You're being a child. I'm being a father, I said. To both my kids and to my husband. She stood up, her chair scraping hard against the floor. Fine. If you're going to have this attitude, I'll just ask his dad to walk me down the aisle. Go ahead. She stared at me like I'd slapped her. You'd really let me do that? If you're willing to exclude my family from your life, then yeah, I would. Her voice cracked. You're picking favorites. You're not even thinking about me. I'm the only one thinking about you, I said. Because you're about to marry into a family that's already making you hide who your father is, and you're letting them. She grabbed her bag and left. The door slammed so hard the picture frames rattled. That night, my ex-wife called. She was calm but firm. She said I was being selfish, that it was our daughter's wedding, that I'd made a promise. She reminded me how young they were, how little money they had, how much this day meant. I told her the same thing I told our daughter. If they can't respect my family, they don't get my money. She hung up. The next day, my daughter texted me an apology. She said she was sorry for how she'd said things. She said she loved me. She said she understood why I was upset, but the rules didn't change. My husband still wasn't invited. My son still wasn't invited. I still wasn't allowed to mention my lifestyle. And her future father-in-law was still walking her down the aisle. I sat on the couch with my husband that evening. He'd been quiet through all of it. He'd even told me privately that he'd be okay skipping the wedding if it meant I could still be there for her. He'd offered to contribute $5,000 out of his own savings just to help ease the cost. I looked at him, this man who'd stood by me for 14 years, who'd never asked me to choose, who loved our son more than anything, and I felt sick that I'd even considered it. I pulled him close. I held our son, and I told them both I was sorry. Sorry for hesitating. Sorry for even entertaining the idea that they were less important than a wedding. Then I texted my daughter. I told her I loved her. I told her I wished her nothing but happiness, but I wasn't paying for the wedding, and I wasn't walking her down the aisle. Instead, I booked a trip for the three of us, somewhere warm, somewhere we could be a family without apology. She didn't reply, but I'm done compromising on the people I love.